So is Google's new Gemini 3 AI actually going to replace web designers? I mean, that's the huge question, right? Well, today, we're going to find out. We're going to put it through its paces with 3 live builds. I'm talking a full marketing site, a functional CRM dashboard, and an internal admin panel, all built in just minutes. You gotta see this. Let's get into it.
Yeah, this quote, it really nails it, doesn't it? The boring stuff is gone. The whole game is changing, and it's changing fast. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to know exactly which parts of your job just got automated away, and more importantly, how to turn this new tech into your own personal secret weapon.
Okay, let's tackle the big fear head on, right? Is your job about to just disappear? The honest answer is, well, it's complicated. Kinda. See, Gemini 3 is an absolute beast at automating all that repetitive, grinded-out production work. But, and this is a huge but, it does not replace designers who think strategically. In fact, for those people, it's about to make you way, way more powerful. So what is Gemini 3 really? At its core, it's Google's latest AI model. And it's what they call multimodal, which is just a fancy way of saying it gets text, images, and code all at the same time. But honestly, the really groundbreaking part, the thing that changes everything, is how it codes.
And that brings us to this key idea, agentic coding. Now, that might sound a little jargony, but the concept is actually super simple. Think about it like this. All the AIs before this, they could basically hand you a single brick if you asked for one. Pretty cool, but limited. Gemini 3, it's different. It can look at your entire blueprint, plan out the whole foundation, and then start building the actual house. It doesn't just think in snippets, it thinks at a whole project level.
And this right here just lays it all out plain and simple. The old way on the left, you'd ask a question and the AI would spit back a little piece of code. Helpful, sure. But on the right, that's the Gemini way. You give it a creative brief, a plan, and it gives you back a whole working web project. I mean, we're not talking about a small step up here. This is a total game changer. Okay, that is enough theory. Talk is cheap, right? Let's see what this thing can actually do when the rubber meets the road. I've set up 3 challenges to see how it stacks up against real-world tasks. Let's get to the builds. Challenge number 1, we're gonna have it build a full-blown marketing website, totally from scratch. It's for a made-up SaaS company I'm calling CodeBiddle. The key here, no templates, no copy-pasting. We're doing this with just one single prompt. Now, here's the secret sauce, the prompt. The quality of what you get out is 100% dependent on the quality of what you put in. So you can see here, I'm not just being vague, I'm giving it a role. Act like a senior product designer. I'm setting the tone, defining the audience, and laying out the exact sections I want. Hero, features, pricing, FAQ, the whole 9 yards. I'm even telling it which tech stack to use, and of course, that it has to be responsive. And get this, 60 seconds. That's it. 60 seconds later, bam, a complete landing page. Look at this. It's got the hero with a nice gradient, a feature section with icons, a 3-tier pricing table, and even a working accordion for the FAQ. And it's not sloppy. The spacing is clean, the type is consistent, and yep, it's fully responsive. This is literally hours of work for a human designer, just done in a minute. Okay, wow, that was impressive, not gonna lie. But that was a static marketing page. Can it build a real, functional web application? Let's up the difficulty. For challenge number 2, we're building a working CRM dashboard. And notice how the prompt is totally different this time. Before, it was about brand and tone. Now, it's all about information architecture. I'm not really describing visuals. I'm giving it a data model, contacts, deals, pipeline, and I'm telling it exactly how to structure the UI components. I want a sidebar, a header, a table, and a detailed drawer when you click something. And would you look at that? 90 seconds, we have a functional UI. You've got your navigation over in the sidebar, a search bar at the top, a data table filled with fake deals, and watch this. You click a row, and a detail panel just slides out from the side. It perfectly understood the structure of a modern web app. This is exactly the kind of scaffolding that a junior dev would spend hours, maybe even a full day setting up. And it's just, poof, done. All right, time for the final boss, the ultimate test. We're going to build the one thing every company needs, but every developer hates building, an internal admin panel. This is where we're really going to see if that whole agentic coding thing is the real deal. And for this one, we're going even deeper with the prompt. I'm not just giving it UI components. I'm giving it a mini product spec. I'm defining user roles, admin versus support. And here's the most important part. I'm telling it to first plan the screens and flows and then generate the code. It has to think before it builds. And the results is, honestly, it's pretty mind-blowing. First, it didn't even write code. It gave me a text breakdown of the entire app structure, the navigation, the pages, even suggestions for handling permissions for different user roles. Then it generated the code for the flow I asked for. And look, we've got a form to update a user's subscription plan, toggle switches for feature flags, a save button. It successfully planned and then executed a multi-step logical task. That's hours and hours of that boring internal tool development just gone. Okay, I think the demos speak for themselves. This is a whole new ballgame for designers and developers. So what does this all mean? Let's break down what this new division of labor actually looks like. What work is officially off our plates for good? Well, you can pretty much say goodbye to these tasks. Taking a rough wireframe and turning it into a clean mockup? Gone. Scaffolding out the basic bones of a dashboard or CRM? Automated. All that tedious work of checking responsive layouts, adding basic hover effects and animations, even that dreaded blank canvas problem where you just don't know where to start? The AI handles that now. Pay attention, because this table right here, this is probably the single most important slide in this whole explainer. On the left, that's all the stuff the AI is taking over, the repetitive, predictable work. But on the right, that's where you still win, and win big. We're talking deep brand strategy, real user research, figuring out messy client politics, setting a long-term product vision. That's the stuff an AI can't touch. That is the uniquely human, high-value work. So if that's the new world we're living in, what's the move? What do you do right now? Look, this isn't about panicking. It's about adapting. So here it is, your playbook for thriving in this new era starting today. Okay, for all the web designers out there, your mission is to move up the food chain. It's time to stop obsessing over individual pixels and start thinking in terms of user flows and business outcomes. Get really good at writing those detailed product spec prompts. Your new job isn't moving pixels around anymore. You are now the AI's art director. You set the vision, and it does the grunt work. And for my devs and indie hackers, this thing is a rocket ship for your productivity. From now on, Gemini 3 should be your go-to for scaffolding out everything. Let the AI build all that boilerplate for your dashboards and apps. That way you can save your brain power for the actually hard stuff, the complex business logic, the performance tuning, the security. Let the AI handle the boring stuff so you can focus on the smart stuff. So really, the right way to think about this isn't as a competition. It's not you versus the machine. It's a collaboration. This is your new teammate, a really, really fast one that lets you do more, build better, and focus on the work that actually matters. So let's just bottom line this. Gemini 3 has effectively automated, let's say, 40 to 60% of the most boring, repetitive parts of web design. But it didn't replace strategists. It didn't replace the people who can truly understand a user's problem or a business's goals. No, it just gave those people a massive superpower. Look, this isn't some far-off future tech. It's here right now, and it is insanely powerful. So the only real question left is the one right there on your screen. Your new AI teammate is here. The question is, are you ready to lead the team?